Good evening, folks. Welcome to another SOP live production. You've got Gil down there. What?
There we go. Now we can hear you.
Oh, well, it didn't change nothing. Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Yep. Can hear you fine.
Okay. Try that again. Welcome to another SOP live production. We've got Inside Chat here. We've got Mountain 8330. We've got Gil. We've got CR. We've got CB, Backwoods Law, and Gray Man. Of course, we all know who that is. But that's who we got so far. And below me, we have Mr. Gill from who knows where and everywhere. Just be careful. He's been there. And we got Uncle Al hiding.
I've never been anywhere. It was a figment of everybody's imagination.
And if they saw you, they need to go seek medical attention immediately.
Something like that.
Okay. And we got Uncle Al, who decided it was time for coffee right as we went live. So you can all, oh, there he's back. Never mind. Let's be quiet now. Welcome back, Al. So as the little banner scrolling across the bottom says, if you have questions, peas and carrots, ask them in caps so I can see them. So a lot of people got questions about technology and what it relates to in prepping. Well, one of the biggest things you can have when you're trying to prep is a way to store your information. Sadly and unfortunately, a lot of people have some very, very old computer stuff. You have to mind me, I'm looking at two different monitors here. So, one's really long, one's kind of narrow. It's a mess. So, and here, well, let me put it this way. Let me share it a different way. Stop sharing. I'll share it that way. Now you see the other screen I'm looking at, this one over here. So now I'll go back to the other way so you can all see better what I'm trying to show, because it's probably a little too much for most people. Window. Hold on. I got to figure out where I'm going here. There we go. Okay. See, even technology confuses me sometimes, or at least I pretend it does. Anywho, a lot of people have old PCs. Hopefully nobody has anything like this monitor anymore. Those are so 35 years ago. And well,
I got two, but they're not hooked up.
Yeah, even like 15 years ago, that was still a predominant type of monitor. Old CRTs. If you don't know what you're doing, don't take them apart, please. If you put your body against it, if you put your body against the anode, you will get the light up. It will light you up. I speak from experience. That's what's wrong with me. At least that's what I admit to. But they do have salvageable parts in some of the older PCs. So on the motherboards, probably not worth saving. Depending on how old the video card is, probably, maybe. But some of the add-on cards can still be used in more modern day equipment. I've got a video card still that works. It's an old BFG card. It's probably 18 years old, but it still works. So in an absolute pinch, if I needed to, I could use it, provided I could find a monitor to plug into it, because it's got the old 9-pin D-shaped connector. But everybody needs a computer. So with the current issues going on right now, there is a huge problem with CPUs, be it for the CPU for your motherboard or the GPU for your graphics cards. Yes.
Yeah, they have shortages of certain chips.
Well, yeah, there's a huge shortage. Plus, with all the, excuse me, data miners going for cryptocurrencies. Hey, Galen. There's a massive shortage, especially on GPUs, which is your standalone graphics card, or as an industry uses, discrete graphics card. If you don't have a system with a discrete graphics card in it now, you're probably not going to be getting one unless you buy a pre-built system from a boutique place. And when I say boutique, means they are going to charge you more than what it would cost you to build it yourself, provided you could find it. Nature's Bounty, good evening. So the best thing to do right now is try and utilize what you currently have. I'm always available for questions and comments after streams. Just email me, hit me up somewhere on social media or something, and I can help you get through it. I've been playing with computers myself since 1978 when I started learning how to program on a TRS-80, or as the industry loves to call them, trash can 80s, because that's what they belonged in. It was a trash can. But that was the first commercially available true PC to the public, was a TRS-80. Now, yes, there was Commodores and Atari had something, and, but those weren't true PCs. Those were computers that were designed to play games and maybe do a little bit of other stuff. The first true PC was a TRS-80 that you could go out and buy. Shortly after it came out, though, they raised the bar, and then IBM came out with theirs, and it became what we have today, a major cluster, you know what. Because you've got Intel, you've got AMD as your main processors. You got NVIDIA and AMD for your graphics cards. And it is a very confusing world when you start getting into it. Well, does this CPU work with this motherboard? And will those two work with this graphics card? Because for the most part, even though most computer card or graphics cards will actually work with most all motherboards, when you start, you can get into an area where you do have issues. But it's usually on the most high-end stuff. So for, us little people down here who aren't going to spend $25,000 to build a computer system, we really don't have to worry about it. What did I miss? Yeah, that's kind of old there, CR. But guess what? That's what my laptop is. It's an old 4-core. So that as proof of concept. Sorry about the traffic. It's proof of concept. The older stuff can work. So, don't be afraid to give it a shot. If you're new to going live on YouTube or Facebook or whatever your chosen platform is, myself or Gil, who do it constantly, can give you a hand doing it. I wasn't going to bring up Ninja or Linux. Well, yeah, that is the Ninja of the PC world, because the nice thing about Linux is very basic. It is still based on DOS, which is the original core, which all computers started out with was DOS. And most people don't even know what DOS is. Hey, P2E. DOS was the very original programming. It was ones and zeros at its best. The old line 10, line 20, go to line 30 and all that. That's okay, BWL. We ain't going to hold it against you. So getting into computers is easy as long as you want to be simple about it. Buy pre-built. I'm going to say this: do not buy a Dell. Do not buy a Gateway. Do not buy an Alienware at the lower end of the spectrum. Don't buy any Dell or Gateway or whatever they want to call themselves now, unless it's a laptop and all you're going to do is use it for word processing. Because these systems that are designed nowadays are getting more and more word it difficult. Now I can't even say it at all. Thank you. They're getting built in such a way that there's basically no user serviceable parts that you can take out of it and use it in something else. I just looked at a review today of a Dell system that it supposedly has a NVIDIA GTX 1060 in it, and it looks like the old BFG card I've got. It's tiny. It doesn't look right. And it's a Dell proprietary system in the card, which means using it somewhere else isn't going to work with a darn, because it's designed to work with the Dell motherboard. So there's one of those cases where you can, but it's a real hard workaround. Right. So, one stick of dynamite should fix any computer, BWL. Yep.
Save the money and the dynamite. Use a sledgehammer.
No, it's much more satisfying. Well, I got a better idea. It's much more satisfying to set it out at 500 yards, put some tannerite in it, and have fun with that. Much more satisfying. But I digress. So what do I recommend? If you're needing a computer, I would go to someplace like NZXT. They have systems starting at $699. That will get you up and running. It's not the greatest and latest system, but it's future proofed enough to where you can actually use it for several years and upgrade it. Yeah, dual use PCI cards. Yeah, fun. Let's talk about SCSI drives. No, do not go to Newegg. No, sorry, Backwoods. I'm going to disagree 100%. Newegg right now is one of the highest charging companies when it comes to adding a graphics card into their systems. Newegg, Micro Center, they're charging 3 and 4 times MSRP for graphics cards right now, even in pre-built systems, because that's provided you can find a graphics card to throw in it. NZXT has partnered with AMD and NVIDIA to have graphics cards in stocks to build computer systems. That's why I say getting one of their $700. Yeah, I know for most of us, $700, that's quite a bit. But through NZXT, and I should pull up a link to them, which I will while I'm trying to flatten my app here, provided I can find my mouse cursor. And we'll slide this over here and drop it right there. Hey, look, it worked. Okay, now in the last 24 hours, they've went up $300.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, I will vouch for NZXT. They are an excellent company, but they're also a boutique company. Because, well, as you can see, that's probably why the price jumped. Because when I checked yesterday at about this time, this wasn't sold out. They were $699. Now they're $999 and sold out. And let's see. See if they got any refurbished in stock. Oh, they get bits and pieces. But as you can see, there's not much in the way of pre-built and no graphics cards. So I'm going to go ahead and drop them. Goodbye. But there's 4 or 5 other companies out there right now that are selling pre-builts. If you need a system and you need a graphics card to be able to render videos and stuff, you may want to try and get it ASAP. Or the alternative is to check your local Craigslist. The system I'm running, which is that little box you see up in the corner there, and I can make a bigger picture. Beep, right there. And somebody's going to say, why did you take a picture sideways? Actually, that's not sideways. This is a vertical mount GPU case. As you can see that right there where it says MSI and it looks like an exhaust pipe coming off the top of it, that's the graphics card for those who don't know. That graphics card is actually pretty heavy. It's a dual fan. It's actually a decent card. It's a GTX 980. And it's also extremely old comparative to today's standards, especially when they're talking in the 3000 series of GTX cards. This is an NVIDIA card. But that card's heavy. In most cases, it would be standing so it was horizontal. And over time, it can actually start to sag and break the PCI Express slot there, and you need a new motherboard. I chose this configuration so I would have the ability to leave it there and not have to worry about it sagging and breaking that expensive motherboard. Now, this is an MSI system. It's an MSI motherboard, MSI graphics card on an Intel-based 4790K or something. I don't remember, 4790K processor. Only paid $600 for it. Thank you, person in White
Chrysler.
House. No, thank you, person in White House, because my laptop, as we all know, I've had issues with it. It's starting to show its age, and I needed something else. I looked, there it was for 600. I snatched it as fast as I could type. So you can find decent systems. Oh my goodness, sun's running. Just one moment.
Hey, Charles.
Everybody said hello, Charles. Anywho, where was I at? Darn squirrels.
In the White House, you got the car.
Oh, yeah.
600 as fast
Check
as
your
you can drive it.
Craigslist, because you can find them. Hopefully the person selling it doesn't really know what they have, or is just trying to turn it quick because they found a great graphics card that they think they can go buy within the next half hour if they can sell their system. Unfortunately for the guy that bought this, or bought this one from, he went to go get the graphics card and it was gone.
Did he try to get it back?
No. He's a younger kid, shorter than me, and I looked pretty ugly mean when he walked up, so he didn't give me no flack. And I told him, I said, if it doesn't work, I will know where you live, and I will be at your house. So I don't think he wanted to question my ability to find him, because I would have found him, and I would have went to his house along with the sheriff's deputy to get my money back. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
But that's why if you're going to do Craigslist deals, make sure you do it in an open place, preferably someplace with power so you can make sure it at least turns on. Now, if you're buying a system with a computer, monitor, keyboard, mouse, all you need is 2 plugs, and you can check to make sure it works. You want to make sure it posts, which is in BIOS. And that's what a computer does when it first starts up. You either hit delete or F10, depending on how old it is, to get you into BIOS. That way you can read how much memory it has. And I can show you. Let me pull up a program real quick. This program is called MSI Command Center. Now, it's not going to show you everything, but it'll give you a basic idea of kind of what we're looking at here. And I'm going to have to stop sharing one screen and share another. And I can take that off of there. Hey, we're bouncing around. We're yo-yos today. As you can see, my system is running kind of warm. Let me get my mouse cursor on it. There we go. Okay, this program right here will tell me what my CPU is, 4790K, running at 4 gig. It's a 4-core, 8-thread. The computer's running on Windows 10, 64-bit. You can get your DRAM voltage. If it's got an integrated graphics card. Now, that's one way to get out of having to worry about a graphics card, is getting a chip CPU with integrated graphics. That means on the back of the case, when you look at it, you'll see a graphics port, whether it be HDMI, DVI, or the old D-pin monitor stuff. But if it's got something like MSI Commander on it, you can open it up and you can see what the CPU is. You can see how hot it's running normally. Mine's running at 49 degrees Celsius, or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. That is just a little on the warm side for my taste. It's got an AIO, which, let me bring that back up. If you look on the right side, you'll see it looks like 2 hoses coming out of it. This is an AIO, all-in-one cooler. It's got a built-in fan. I don't have to do a whole lot of water cooling to it. But this cooler, which is from Corsair, and no, I'm not talking Steve out in California. This is from Corsair. And it's also as old as this computer. This computer is 4 years old. It really needs to have its thermal paste redone and reattached. I'm actually going to go full water cooling when I can afford it. So I'm going to go actually replace that. I might even put it in Charles's computer. Not that it will help his poor old thing anyway. But I'm going to replace it with a full water cooling loop, which I'm also going to water cool a graphics card. When it comes to computers, keeping it cooler is better. Let's see if I can catch up on chat real quick.
Nature's
That's great.
Bounty has companies got to take off.
Not a problem. We'll see you later. Right. And what BWL says there is valid. Don't, for the most part, you really shouldn't buy pre-built systems, really. But with the current shortages that they are, that may be your only option. Let's get back to here. We'll go here. Let's do some nostalgia. Old tape drives. This is what used to store your information. This is old. This is actually before my time. Oddly enough.
That looks like the original.
Say
That
what?
looks like the original Star Trek when they went back in time to NASA and they had all the computer tapes. And they went and stole one of the computer tapes.
One of the first media drives I ever had to deal with was something like this. Old school cassettes. It had 5 1/4 floppy and tape deck. That's how I stored my programs. It was not fun. If something happened to the tape, you start it all over. And if you've ever been into programming in DOS, where your program has 150 to 200,000 lines of code, and you have to start all over, you just really don't want to do it. But these are more modern. These are solid state drives, and they are far better. You can take a magnet nuts to it, and it usually doesn't harm it as long as it's not too powerful of a magnet. You can drop it, and you won't lose your data like you will on a hard disk drive. I don't think there's any on here, so nope. We'll get away from that. And we'll go to that in a minute. But if you need a computer, first check your Craigslist. And if you think you see one and you're not sure if it's a good deal, please contact me. I've been doing it for a long time. The system that let's put it this way. I paid $600 for this computer. I could take the graphics card out of this computer, put it on eBay right now, and sell it for almost $900. That's how short supply this $200 graphics card is. This graphics card is only worth about $200 actual dollars. But on eBay, they're selling between $600 and $900 for it because of all the cryptocurrency. If that gives you any idea to what the inflation and markup is on these things right now. So if you have a computer in mind, get with me. I will be more than happy, free of charge, to help you get through what you need to get through. Now, once you get your computer, you got to get it set up. If it doesn't have Windows on it, you find somebody that's got a working computer and make a USB drive, which I happen to have a couple sitting over here, to install Windows. Now, I'm not condoning illegal activities in any way, shape, or form. But there are companies out there where you can buy legit Windows keys for under $20. You don't have to go out and spend the $199 Microsoft's charging now for the program they offered for free 3 years ago. Thank you, Microsoft. Bill Gates. So we know how he got rich quick.
Yeah, by the Chinese.
That's all. Anywho, once you get that up, you need to figure out what program you're going to run. Now, do you want to live stream on YouTube? Then something like OBS or SLOBS, which is pronounced slobs. And I don't mean the guy down on the corner not having a bath in the last 5 weeks. It's pronounced slobs, Streamlabs, OBS. And you got StreamYard, you've got Zoom, and you guys are here in the StreamYard chat here on YouTube. Obviously, myself and Gil, more than happy to get you guys through it, help you set it up. Gil's done it a few times. I've done it a few times. Al's too chicken.
Hey, I'm not taking any chances.
Well, there's no chances if you set it up right.
Yeah, you just go in, download it. Oop, okay, I'm good.
I could see me on live stream 24/7. Nope, I'll stick with the videos for a while.
Not a problem. So once you figure out what you want to do and where you want to do it, then you need to set up some social media accounts. Well, most everybody here's got Facebook, so I don't think we need to discuss Facebook. But you also got Twitter and Instagram and a plethora of others.
Yeah, Snapchat, WhatsApp.
No, you don't. I'll tell you right now, if you don't want your personal information stored on Chinese servers, stay off Snapchat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stay off TikTok.
Yep.
Stay
And,
off Zoom.
Stay off of Zoom.
oh yeah, and the one used by the CCP, WeChat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or MeWe.
Yeah. I
MeWe
forget
is
the
no
Soviet
MeWe
one.
is no longer owned and operated by safe people.
Right. I can't remember what the Soviets what's called applications were.
Kaylin says she's streamed on XSplit before.
Yep. I don't care for it, but there's that out there too. When it comes to this, the more simple it is to stream with, the easier it is on your computer.
Yeah. Now there is something else out there which is trying to copy StreamYard, and it's from an older company, Streamlabs, that's doing something called Melon. However, Courtney at a White Family Farm got it, and she wished she didn't.
Right.
They won't refund the money on it but it has problems on it, and
Right.
she has not only with. You see me freeze for half a second or so on hers, it kicks me out, and I got to come back in.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some other ones. She was having problems with some of her guests on her interviews, and it's not that user comfortable. It's semi-user friendly, but it doesn't do everything as easily as StreamYard. Like anybody right on StreamYard, when they come up in here as a guest, they have a green sheet to hang up. They can do a green screen. You can't on Melon. You got to jump through a whole bunch of hoops and install stuff and other crap to do it.
Let me get over here.
Yeah.
Yep. So another place that folks may want to go when you're not live streaming is someplace safe. And I know there's a lot of discussion out there. People have had bad juju beans from Discord people. You know what? Not all people on Discord are a-hole. I'm not. My server is free. I don't charge for it. I've got over 2 gig, which isn't a lot, but there's over 2 gigabytes of PDFs on here. All of these right here. Oops, I forgot to share it. My bad. Hold on. I'm sitting here looking at it and it's not doing anything. Oops. Hold on. Got to find it. Right there. Is that the right one? There we go. All right, now back over here where I was supposed to be at. Right here. All free. Each one of these has a lot of PDFs in it. Every one of these. And they're all free, folks. Hey, Miss Queen of the North.
Hey, Lori.
And we have all kinds of text channels. And there is an option for voice on Discord. So the Discord is an alternative backup way to contact somebody via a microphone and a camera across the world, across the nation, or across your backyard, I guess, if you're really desperate. Of course, I don't know. Anywho, there is a lot here. It is fairly active. And if anybody wants to join that has not joined, it's pretty simple. I will invite you. Or I'll drop a link in here later. Well, there should actually be one up later anyway on the Discord or the description. But this is a great place to get free information. You can download it And here, let me show you how easy it is. You go over here, let's say off-grid living. Oops, wrong one. Survival stuff. You really want to keep something, you really want to learn the phonetic alphabet. You click on it. Open original. And you can save image as. And I got to back out of that. It's not letting me. Oh, wait, that's why. It opened a new window. My bad. Close it. Or let's say stability profiles and medicines. You really want to know what's stable per the latest government. You can click here to download, and it's going to download it for you. That's simple. You can download all these PDFs. You're not going to get charged for it, at least not by me and not by Discord. Another benefit to Discord is, guess who owns this channel this is on? I own it. Who has access to it? Me and anybody I let on it. Can you go to Discord and say, hey, this guy did this on his channel. Can you check it? They're going to say nope. And they're going to ask, are you filing a complaint that we need to shut him down? Well, then somebody can try that, I guess. But they're going to contact me first. I pay money monthly to keep this going. I'm not asking anybody to help, but I'm letting you know there is information here free for you to use, because that's the kind of person I am. All right, Miss Laurie, take care.
She's going to teach people stuff. Cool. Oh, beef and broccoli. Oh, man. Lori. There she goes. She's going to go cook something nice and not share it with us.
Well, I don't know if there's too many former military there, but I know what that means. So for social media, if you're going to want to get a place where your friends can communicate outside of prying eyes of Facebook. This is probably the safest place. This isn't run by China. This isn't run by our government, never by an ABC agency. This is owned and started by a bunch of private people who were gamers, oddly enough. They wanted a safe place, not TeamSpeak, not, all the other ones. They created this to have a place to be able to bring it, and it took off very quickly. So this is a good place to come and share information, chat with people. Let's say, I wanted to talk to CR up in Canada. We could go here on the Discord server. Go down here to voice channels. I could go into here, and I am now connected.
Partially hidden by the comment.
Hold on.
There we go.
I am connected via voice chat. Now, if somebody else were to come in here, they could hear me. Well, sort of. I've got mine set up to push to talk. But there's options for video, so you can do a video chat with somebody, or you can do up to 10 people video chatting right there. So this is an option. Just trying to catch on chat. Brian Holland says he's trying to teach himself Linux and Python. It's good stuff to know. I'm partial to Red Hat myself, but it's one that's been around the longest, in my opinion. There's probably something else longer, but I've been playing with Red Hat ever since I can remember. So once you figure out what you're going to do, just do it. Yeah, I know. I've also got it set up on push to talk. But anyway, and I was just responding to BWL's comment. Excuse me. There. Now it's wet again. Just do it. If you have problems, feel free to contact me. You can join Discord and catch me there. My email's in the About page, buried under the captured stuff, which doesn't show up on some platforms. For that, I can't help. Or in the banner on my main page, there's the social icons across the top. Hit me up on one of those. Just tell me when you do it that you're getting a hold of me from a YouTube video, so I don't automatically block you and ignore you, because lately I've been getting a lot of bots. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you want to learn other things, then I went searching and I found this guy. He's out in California. This guy is actually pretty good. He's been doing it a little bit less than me as far as time wise, but he puts the information out there in a very nonsensical, easy to understand way to learn it. If you want to learn how to overclock, he's got kind of a tutorial on that. And the reason I recommend this guy is because most people, once they build a system, realize heat is your biggest enemy. And they want to put an AIO or a water cooling system into their computer. This guy gives you the basics, tells you what's good, what's bad. And he also goes over a lot more in depth than I did. Hey, Will, about the video card GPU shortage. And he covers the fans too, like $5 fans. Are they worth it? You know, and that's part of your heat issue is your fan, your coolings, keeping your computer cool. Don't stick your computer on the floor on shag carpet and expect it to run very well. It won't. Your power supply is going to overheat and you will cook your computer. And it's not very tasty. Silicon does not taste good. At least none that I've ever had. Silicon sand for those who don't know. So that's it for that. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Gill? Because you've been doing it for quite a while yourself.
Well, it's been 15 years since I built a computer. And it was just all plug and play stuff back then.
Your SCSI drives.
And so there's been a lot of improvement. All I know is that the solid state hard drives, I got two Dell laptops here, identical. One has a solid state in it. The other one has the original hard drive. And it's the other one, you're waiting 2 minutes later, you're waiting for the other one still to start up.
Mm-hmm. Solid state drives are far more efficient.
Yeah. Now, as far as doing a live stream and stuff for anybody wants to, I know Dave will meet with them. Send me an email and we'll arrange a time where we can meet together. I'll initiate a private live stream and we can chat on it. I can show you how it works, all the fun things that on it. You get 20 hours of StreamYard a month free. That's a lot of streaming. That does not count time where if we were to set one up and just do a chat and not broadcast, that doesn't count against your 20 hours. So if you like Skyping and stuff with people, family across the country, whatever, you can do a whole bunch of that and never broadcast it, and it's all free. But it's really easy. Like I just recorded a video I'm going to be putting out tomorrow on it for my Green Man channel on the why should I prep? And it's a 24-minute video. I tried making it short. Actually, I started out at 48 minutes. I kept on recording. So I got it down, cut out all the extra chit chat. But I did that on StreamYard. Because I have two monitors here. I set up my slideshow on the one, and I did it just like I do my live streams. Only I just recorded it. Then I exported. Then I downloaded it, and I went into Pinnacle, which is what I use, and I took out all my ums. So I edited a bunch of that stuff out of it.
And frozen moments.
Actually, I had several frozen moments, but I just waited. And when I started back over for that little segment of it, and I just edited those out. And it's I love Pinnacle for editing stuff out and just stitching it together. It's really quick for basic stuff. It's great, but I can't do all the fancy. I haven't figured out how to do all the fancy stuff on it.
I have.
Oh, wait, just not on Pinnacle.
Yeah, and so, but for setting, to set up a StreamYard live stream. Hang on, let me do this here this way. Where's the other one here?
While he finds that,
Here we go.
for those who haven't seen it yet, this is changed slightly, but this is my current setup. You can see my keyboard is at a 45-degree angle, which makes it easier for me to type. My laptop sitting here running my Behringer XR18, which is what controls the microphone and sound. I have my 2 monitors for outside viewing. This right here is connected also to my main computer, which gives me my temperatures. It gives me my CPU usage, GPU usage. It allows me to keep control or monitor what's going on with my computer. Of course, this is running a little game in the background while I get ready to start editing a video. A decent computer will let you to do multiple tasks at once. The older ones are not going to let you do it. You'll have bottlenecks where things won't communicate correctly, and you can crash your system. So depending on how good your system is, will allow you to do extracurricular things. And no, that doesn't mean go to those, you know what I'm talking about. Don't go to those sites.
Yeah. All right. So in StreamYard, this is every time I go to StreamYard, this is the basic one. I can create a broadcast. I can see past broadcasts. If I want to create one, I hit create. Now I can stream it to my Facebook, my other Facebook. I can go to Camp Patton Family Compound, or I can go to Gray Man Prepping, or I can skip and record only. And I name it test. Boom. Guess what? I'm setting up now if I've done a live stream, it's the same process. And I click in here and I add myself to it. And
His computer's going to slow down drastically.
normally I would set up I would share a screen, but I'm using the shared screen right now, so I can't do that. But I got all sorts of branding videos and stuff in here I can do on it. I got backgrounds. I got green screen. I got all these green screens behind me, so I can change it up from the this one to the boys or back. There's a lot of things you can do with it. These here are all uploaded video clips, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. I can change the default. See a little blue tab next to my name. I can change the coloring on it to something else, or whatever. So there's a lot of things you can change around on it. I can change the way I view. Look at, like right now, what Dave is showing is the second one from the right here, where the shared screen's big and everybody's small on the side.
Or we can do this. Click.
And make it the total big one. Now,
and that's the screen we're sharing right now is what's being shared. So what you're seeing is not us, but the picture that's down here at the bottom that says show and stream. It's big. Or we can do it this way.
Yeah, and make the shared one small.
Or what's nice is, like when I had Doc Bones and Nurse Amy up, I was actually able to take and switch places. And now when we go like that, Gil's lead.
And I'm pointing to myself over here. Hey, yeah.
So that way it makes it a lot easier through mine and Gil's and other people's suggestions to StreamYard here. They've implemented changes that we've all asked for, making it easier for us to swap people around. So you can highlight them like I did with Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, making them the focal point. So you guys are looking at them and not us.
Now, one of the things I can do on here is, like, if I do one of these other ones, there's a countdown one. Or I can do The latest one I just created here, I didn't share the sound with you guys, so you guys can't hear the sound. But this is an intro I created for the preparedness series I'm doing, and it's kind of choking out here because it's a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to pull that down, stop sharing, and kill that one. Yeah. Give my system a chance to breathe before I go live. But,
Which is another reason for being able to monitor your computer system. Now, what I use to monitor mine is a program called Rainmeter. And it allows you to, I guess I could share it real quick. Let's see if I can find it. Right there. And move this over here so I can see it better. Okay, this is Rainmeter. This allows me to download skins to where I can monitor. One of the things you'll need is hardware info. This monitors every aspect of your computer system. It monitors all your temperatures, your cores, lets you know what's going on with your system. So if you're having issues with it crashing constantly, if you've got something like Rainmeter running, and I will show you a couple windows. I have to stop sharing in order to do it, though. Let's see. Let's see. Find the right one here. There it is. We'll share this one. All right. Sorry, it's kind of blurring out of focus, but because I'm showing something that's very tiny, really big. This lets me know how much RAM I have in my system. I'm only using 4.6 gig. There goes the ambulance. I have 32 gig available in the system. This is my CPU, what it's running at, and it tells me I'm using 50% of my RAM. This is what my core, these are what my threads are doing. Even though it says core 1 through 8, it's actually only a 4-core system, 8 threads. This doesn't list it as threads, it lists it as cores. But I can look down here at the bottom of it, and let's see, there's my mouse. I can look down here at the bottom and I can see what's spiking, what's not. So, I mean, this is an easy way for you to maintain knowledge of your system. It doesn't require any additional programming. All you got to do is download it, follow the instructions, and it'll walk you through it. Even for people with older systems like laptops, this requires almost no memory to run at all. Let me see. Right now it's using 2% of the available system resources in order to run that in the background. So, I mean, it's relatively simple. I would highly recommend using something like this if you want to keep a hold of what's going on with your computer. Catching up on chat. And now for editing my videos, I've gone over it before. I'll do it again real quick, because now I actually have a computer where I can actually load this while I'm live streaming and I won't crash. And that's something else I'll bring up while I'm waiting for this to load, is your system memory, RAM. As you can see on that little thing, I have 32 gigs of RAM. Most people, the average person, don't need more than 16 gigs of RAM. Your computer will fine and actually run quite well on just 16 gigabytes of RAM. Let me actually bring up something that I've already edited already. Let's see. Hold on. That ain't gonna work. All right, I'll share it that way, because that way you can't see everything. But it'll share enough. Share window, WC. Back over here. And unfortunately, I got to have this open so you guys can see it.
Okay, guys, we're at the top of the hour.
Yeah, it's not going to show up. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, I
the-
use Filmora to work on mine. And we're at the top of the hour, so. Oh, no, well, close.
Close.
My clock's off.
I got about 7 minutes left.
yeah.
But I use Filmora. I actually like the program. I've got a computer where I can actually run Filmora at its finest and fastest. Hey, Timo! Filmora, the older versions work best on older systems. Premiere from Adobe and other systems work best if you got a mid to higher tier computer, because they are very intensive when it comes to system memory and your video card if you use hardware acceleration, or your CPU if you don't. Editing videos can be a very lengthy process. What used to take me 30 minutes to edit a 10-minute video, now I get done in 5. Uploading is still a pain in the butt. So the
All
better
right.
system you have, the faster you can do it.
I'm going to slip out of here and go over and get mine ready. There's the link to the World Without Rule of Law. How you doing? So there's the
Thanks, Timo.
link to mine, which is coming up here. So I'm going to head on over there and get ready to kick it off at the top of the hour here. So
Okay.
I will see you all over there, and take care.
Take care. In a minute. But again, if you have any issues with anything or questions on anything that I've covered tonight, please feel free to get a hold of me. If I don't have answers, I will go find them. I'm not above asking others for help when I need it. I haven't needed it lately, but with technology, what I tell you today, 3 days from now, will be old, outdated, and probably not relevant anymore. Technology changes at a very exponential rate. Currently, they're using 14 nanometer, which is the size of the computer die, and Intel has said they're down to 2 nanometer, which is insane. How much they're putting on such a tiny, tiny, tiny chip. Yep, Sierra's correct. When editing anything, use Control S or save as often as possible. Software side, if people will, I put it in my community tab thing where you guys can comment. If you want to learn about software, go to that community tab and type in there what you're wanting to learn about.
In capital letters.
Well, no, don't. And that it doesn't have to be, because I'll get a notification every time it comes up. But just ask questions. And if I get enough responses to where it warrants an entire video, an entire live of itself, I will do one. Otherwise, I might just make a small one.
Does anybody in the chat got a question for Dave?
Not yet. They haven't.
And we're still holding at 8.
I am going to suggest one thing for, yeah, this isn't a very popular live stream. I didn't figure it would be, because it's not fear porn. If you're wanting to email people and you don't want every Tom, Dick, and Harry or ABC agency to know exactly what you're sending, I would highly suggest you look into Proton Mail. It is by far and away the easiest, simplest way to secure what you're doing. I know BWL uses it. I don't remember if Timo uses it anymore. I still use it occasionally, depending on who I'm communicating with and what country they're in. So if you want a secure email system, use Proton Mail. I don't have a link to it right off the bat. If anybody asks in that little comment section over on the community tab, I will be happy to post a link to it in the chat over there. With that being said, I guess it's right at the top of the hour.
Right. I think we got 4 minutes left. I'm going to head over to Gil's.
Yep. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody that did show up. And I'm sure somebody's going to come by in another day or two and give me a thumbs down. Thank you. Appreciate it. All interactions are profitable for this channel. Yep. And that's another thing, is a virtual private network to monitor or hide where you're going and what you're doing. So For those who are going to go over to Gills, we'll see you over there. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for sticking around for the last 50 minutes or so, listening to me to ramble on. I appreciate it. So until next time, Little Wolf and I say thank you. Be safe. God bless. Until Friday, where we cover the news, be safe.